It's time to get serious because the Chicago Bears are a serious organization, right? Right? Anyways, it's week 10 and I'm already losing my mind at this point because what is this team? What are we doing? We're 4-4. I mean, listen, granted, it is against with a rookie quarterback. We are 4-4. So I should be happy, but at the same time, the fact that we lost to a Hail Mary and got absolutely boat raced by the Cardinals makes me think otherwise. And the fact that Eberflus is still on the team, going 0-18 on Sundays, and potentially that Ben Johnson won't be a Chicago Bear. Anyways, enough of that. What's up, guys? Welcome back to So Back Sports, and I'm so back with another video. And today we're going to be doing our weekly preview, and this time it's with the New England Patriots game this Sunday. But before we get into today's video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to the channel and really helps me create content like this for you guys. So please do subscribe. Anyways, we are almost at I don't even remember. Like we're almost at 600 subscribers, so please feel free to hit the subscribe button. Always hit the notification button. It helps with the algorithm. And let's get on with the video. So the Chicago Bears are right now currently 4-4, off of an embarrassing loss away in against the Arizona Cardinals. And listen, if there's something called a bounce back game, and this should be the one because the Patriots currently are 2-7 and they're 1-4 away. So that's something that's going with us, and they're currently last in their division. Not surprising. We're also last in our division, also pretty not surprising either. And currently the Chicago Bears are 7-point favorites or 6-point favorites to win this game. And listen, the Patriots, they are talking up the season and they have really nothing to play for. They're just waiting for the NFL draft, and that's just how it really is because they're trying to rebuild. And, with Drake May under the helm, they've been looking pretty solid. Offensive wise, they're kind of doing a pretty decent job. But in terms of their defense and, the team as a whole being completely like bare bones, they're still managing to do pretty solid. They got a win against the Bengals in week 1 and then a win against the Jets. So everything is going in the favor of the Chicago Bears because the Chicago Bears right now are currently undefeated at home and defeated away. So you would think that we could win this game against the Patriots that are currently fighting for a top 3 pick, essentially, for back-to-back years. And listen, I'm kind of torn about this game, and that's for a lot of reasons. Because one hand, this should be an easy win, right? Chicago Bears, they're currently very desperate. They really want to win. And, to save their season, to save Eberflus's job, likely they have to win this game, right? But the other hand, for the sake of like the future and long term, if they lose this game, which granted, it's going to take a toll on the Chicago Bears fan base because then from 4-2 before the bye week to potentially 4-5. And listen, this is all hypothetical. 4-5 against the Patriots, that just puts your team into more turmoil than it already has to be because you're going to be facing more competition in the coming weeks, like Packers, bunch of division games, Seahawks, 49ers. Like that itself is a lot to deal with, especially for a rookie quarterback and an offensive line that is completely battered. Do you see our offensive line? It's essentially like a picket fence that's broken. No one's protecting anything. Darnell Wright's out. Who else is out? Like a bunch of key players. Jaquan Brisker is still dealing with a concussion. And defensively, we have some key players back. Montez Sweat should be back. Kyler Gordon should be back as well. Bates, who is our offensive lineman, is lifted from the injury reserve to be our right tackle to replace Darnell Wright for this game. And listen, offensive line makeshift wise, not the greatest scenario, but this is still a winnable game. Caleb Williams can utilize the opportunity to get back into the rhythm of things, get back into getting his confidence when it comes to making completions because he clearly did not have that against the Cardinals away and, the Commanders as well. Granted, he was able to lead that game-winning drive, which eventually led to a Hail Mary, but, that's confidence is starting to waver a bit, and we need wins where we can see, the Patriots should be a win, right? Like, it should be. And the thing is, going into Green Bay, or especially a Green Bay game at home, you got to win this game. Like if Liverpool wants to keep its job, he has to win this game. What's no questions asked, because this is a terrible team, and so far we've only beaten terrible teams, so this shouldn't be any surprise. But if we somehow lose this game, yeah, our season's over at that point, because there's no way we can beat, unless we like fluke a win and against a division, which I doubt it, because the division has gotten so much better and have sound coaching, sound like offensive coordinators. Waldron has to step up in this game big time, and it's just frustrating because it's like every time this team takes a step forward, it takes 3 steps back, and you can kind of attribute it to the front office, how we deal things, and the organization as a whole. Because top down, right? We always do everything backwards, and that's something we built this team backwards. We never built the offensive line first, and then worked our way back, right? And the thing is, we have the weapons, but we don't have the offensive line structure, and that was an issue. That's it. There's always something. There's always something with this team. There's always something lacking, and it just like infuriates us because we say this year was the most. Like I was talking about this, like this is the most hype we've gotten going into this season. Like even you can even say last year we had hype, but it wasn't as much as we did this year. We had Hard Knocks. We had Caleb Williams as the number 1 overall pick with Roma Dunze at 9. Football analysts saying that we have a chance to go to the playoffs and be one of those teams. And even before the bye week, we were 4-2, and the NFC North was seen as a gauntlet division. And we were like, everyone had 4 wins, which you could say is true still, because every team in this division has 4 wins. But all changed after that bye week when we lost to the Commanders, didn't get our stuff together, and then we got boat raced by the Cardinals. So this has to be a win. Like Drake May is going to be playing. I worried a little bit about him because he's actually pretty solid. He's been playing solid. And listen, the team isn't good, but we can't underestimate, the New England Patriots, because they have nothing to play for. They're playing with house money at this point. And if they win, great. I mean, that's nice for the fan base, but it tanks their tank essentially. And you know, giving them a free win isn't going to help. If anything, it hurts the Bears more holistically than anything else. Losing to the Cardinals is one thing, but losing to the Patriots is another, because there's no more easy wins after this. All of them are going to be tough. 49ers, Seattle Seahawks, Packers, Vikings, Vikings twice, and Lions twice as well. Oh, man, dude. And the thing is, what's crazy is that I'll be going to this game, so there's going to be some post-game reactions and vlogs that will be out. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see that. I think I'm going to post it either way, but I'm pretty excited about that. But at the same time, right now I haven't seen a win, which is going to be pretty cool to see potentially. But if we lose this game, I think I have a Packers game the next week, which is not going to be great either. Anyways, I guess we can kind of look at some stuff with statistics wise. Let's see some players that are going to be pretty crucial when it comes to the success of the team. Right now, ESPN says that we have a 72% chance to win, which is pretty fair. To be fair, I'm kind of worried about that, but Caleb, I feel like Jake May is going to be playing over Jacoby Stevenson. We have to make sure that we stop their run game, because their run game has been pretty solid. Not the best, but it's pretty decent. Hunter Henry is their leading receiver in terms of receiving yards. It's just kind of yeah. But I'm happy at least one thing, because Roma Dunze has been getting a lot of targets, especially the last game. He ended with 100 yards last game. So, hats off to Rome. DeAndre Swift has to be utilized because this defense isn't that great. That's the key, because Shane Waldron has to essentially get his stuff together. That's the key metric. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's me. Shane Waldron has to really call a good game. Otherwise, it's wraps. I'm telling you. You've been calling great games against bad teams. You can't stop now. So Rome has to be involved. I think right now, it's looking like, because of our offensive line issues, I think Cole Kmet's probably going to be utilized as a blocking tight end rather than a receiving tight end, unfortunately. I'd be surprised if he's been utilized as a receiving tight end, but Mercedes Lewis as well has to be utilized as one as well. But it comes with the territory, especially when it comes to injuries with your offensive line. Rome DJ has to get involved. Keenan out, like pass the ball around, man. And and I'll get to Caleb in a bit, but DeAndre Swift has and Roshan Johnson have to be the focal points of this offense whatsoever. Because getting a solid run game is going to open the door to multiple possibilities when it comes to your offense. And with a team like the Patriots, it's going to be a lot better to kind of get that groove again from what we had when we faced the Jags, Panthers, and etc. So going to Caleb finally. Listen, Caleb is a rookie, right? Let's not, compare to what Justin did in year 3 because I've been seeing that a lot. At this point, what's crazy is that people are comparing Justin's year 3 to Caleb's year 1, and I for one find that really weird because it's like, what are we doing now? Like he's no longer our quarterback. Like I get it, it's the same thing, same year, same Bears, but it's like different year, same Bears, but he's a rookie. And the fact of the matter is he's playing the same way, same amount of yards, almost the same everything as Justin did in year 3. Like, if you look at it that way, he's actually doing pretty fine right now. He has 9 touchdowns this season. Like, give the guy a break. He has one more to break the record for the Chicago Bears. Like, he has one more touchdown left. And then he breaks the all-time touchdown record for the Chicago. That's how sad it is for this organization. So, right now, he hasn't had a touchdown in 2 games. All right, fine. You have your low highs and your lows. Like that's how rookies go. You can look at examples like CJ Stroud and Jaden Daniels because their organization and their staff is solid. They have a great staff. We don't. And that's the fact. Like you can't just say like, "Oh, you're just giving Caleb excuses." That's true. We thought we had a good staff. We thought we had a good staff with Shane Waldron, but that's not the case. Like you can see objectively that's not the case. They have better like ran team right now with what Adam Peters has set up in Washington than it is with the Chicago Bears with a ton of weapons. Like chemistry matters, coaching matters, and staffing matters too. We have Chris Morgan, who's been our offensive line head coach or offensive line coach for 3 years. And he's been on the team forever. And we've always had offensive line problems with him. So that's one thing. So when we're making these comparisons to Caleb is doing fine. He's fine. Like it's not the best. He's getting sacked left and right. He has a lot of things he needs to improve. Don't get me wrong. Like he's played bad too. But for the most part, in games that he should win and at home too, he has 4 wins already. Like a lot of quarterbacks don't, especially a number 1 overall pick, don't have 4 wins at this point. Like let's take the positives of what they are. Like I'm already becoming super pessimistic with the future because as long as this ownership, the McCaskey still own this team, it's going to be tough. But let's take this win. Hopefully, the Chicago Bears go out, get their groove back, and kind of feel a win, so that they can go into their gauntlet a little bit more energized, or a little bit more with life. That's what's going to be key for the next like couple of games after this one. But I do predict the Chicago Bears will win this game handily. I think it's going to be like a insane score, like 32. And I think Drake May will have a couple touchdowns, like 32 to like 16 or something like that. I think that's going to be the pretty solid score. I'll be at the game, so I'll be posting content about it too. So keep, track of that. And that's going to do it for this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys for supporting me so far. This season has been crazy. And I've been really loving, doing these post game and pre game content. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on TikTok. It's all there in the description down below. Always remember to like and subscribe. Check out my podcast at every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And as always, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bear down.